The Open is returning to England this year, to Royal Birkdale, just outside of Southport. Birkdale's a very interesting place. It's actually hosted more international competitions than any other place since World War II. And the last time it hosted the Open was in 2008. The winner was Padraig Harrington. The hole we're going to feature today is the 12th, which is a par 3, 184 yards long. And I think it's just a wonderful, wonderful green setting. The green is sort of a kidney-shaped green wrapping around a very prolific dune on the right, but there's also a strong dune on the left, and then sort of back left or rear left. It sort of falls off the ground itself, sort of goes away into more of an anti-dune on the extreme back right. But so it's just a wonderful little setting nestled in amongst these very dramatic and spectacular dunes. The green itself is contoured or sloping from right to left, but the Irish Sea is out farther to the right, and so the wind tends to come off the sea. So you have the condition where you've got the wind potentially whipping right to left, you've got a sloping green right to left. And so what I think you'll see, or what you should watch for, is what are the type shots that players are hitting into these conditions. And so what I think you'll see is a lot of people trying to play that fade into the wind, to try to hold the ball up against the wind or to hold the ball on the green once it lands. I think you could also see some more boring type trajectories, especially for rear type pins. The approach is guarded by 4 bunkers, and when you look from above, it almost looks like a die has landed on 4, because they're evenly spaced out. 2 are really not too much in play, but there's 1 right and 1 left at the green. And so any pin that's short or forward on the green, these will very much come into play, especially if someone's trying to bound the ball with a more lower trajectory shot onto the green. Like many par 3s at championship level golf, we'd expect this hole to play over par. It certainly did in 2008, playing it over a quarter shot over par. But a wonderful little par 3. It's also interesting in that it's a relatively new golf hole in terms of the Open Rota, in that it was added in advance of the 1965 Open Championship at Birkdale, and it replaced the then par 3 17th, and it was just this wonderful area of vacant dunes behind the 11th green is where this went in, and it mainly was done to relieve some congestion in the overall flow of the golf course. But it looks like it's been there a lot longer than the 50 years that it's existed.